I just accidentally burped. I'm sorry.
Do you have a cut it away?
I
You probably do. Should I repeat myself?
Sure.
What was I saying? I forgot what I was saying.
Oh shit! I forgot what you were saying. I'm so sorry for disrupting the flow of this. So let's be a bit more shallow today.
Why?
Because I realize that with our conversations,
Yes.
correct me if I'm wrong, okay? Like the way we speak, or oh no, sorry, the way we converse, right? Like the discussions that we have or the topics that we talk about. We love exploring several topics, not too wide, because of the fact that whenever we find a topic which is interesting to talk about, we would like to dive very deep into it.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, we dive deep into topics rather than explore many topics.
Oh yeah, like the things that we already have and just go deeper and deeper, but we don't really look on new things.
Yeah, exactly. Like we love to analyze things. We love to like justify. We like why. Like we keep asking ourselves why, how, and like trying to break down the deeper meaning of things.
Mm.
Do you realize that? Like that's the way we converse, I feel.
Yeah, that's basically how I talk to everyone.
Oh, legit.
Yeah, I
That's
just like
interesting.
analyze things.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love it.
No, it's annoying.
It's very stimulating to me. Why are you giving me that face? Like
no,
stimulating,
I mean, I know
like
you.
intellectually,
yeah, of
not
course.
like
Yes,
I don't get like a boner from like.
I know. I'm just saying. Yeah, knowing you. Yes, yes. Imagine that last bit of the recording.
Yeah, I mean that's probably like the intro. Okay, let's be a bit more shallow today. I realize that we always try. No, we always try. We naturally incline to dive deep into topics, right? So today
so you
let's.
want to go horizontal, not vertical.
No, not really. But I just want to talk about something that we never talk about.
Yeah, new
right?
things. Yay.
Materialistic stuff.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
Sure.
materialism. I do not know what's the right proper word for it, but okay, let's talk about things like things that we don't really care about. For example, an LV or Gucci belt, right?
Yeah.
Like I want to know your perspective on these things.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. What do you think?
I think it's kind of one of the things that people just automatically like see it as a negative thing. As in people are like, oh, like why you wearing Gucci belt? You know, I think it would be a bit different for girls. I think it's quite as a comment that often make for girls, not guys specifically. Oh, gold digger, why you so into like Gucci, LV, you know, Chanel. It's just negative. It's not really a neutral term for me.
Okay, as in like the word materialistic.
Yes.
Okay.
To me, it kind of feels like that.
I have to completely agree. If someone calls me materialistic,
Yeah.
I would feel offended to the core.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I feel like, what do you mean, huh? I'm like, I've already achieved nirvana, okay? Like,
I'm spiritual.
yeah, I'm so spiritual. I'm not religious.
I go to offshore. I don't even
No, but
H&M. You know, yeah.
But on a serious note, oh H&M, I don't. Okay, so I used to shop at H&M a few times.
Yeah.
Not too often because of the fact that I don't know. I find their quality so low.
Yeah, I mean it is bad the quality, to be honest.
Yeah, to me, H&M is essentially like Taobao.
Yeah.
And I want you to explain what's Taobao because I feel like you can do it much better.
Yeah, so Taobao is kind of like, for example, we have eBay, but it's the Chinese version, and mainly all the stuff they sell. Literally, you can buy food, you can buy I know furnitures, even big stuff, and they can ship all the way to Australia. But the thing is, it's a Chinese platform,
Clothes.
And they only and obviously clothes, and they only have Chinese version. So I say mainly for me, I used to use the website when I was back in Hong Kong because apparently I'm from Hong Kong. I love that apparently.
Apparently you're in Hong Kong.
Apparently
Cannot
I'm from
confirm
Hong Kong.
that, but
So,
apparently.
of course I can read Chinese. So
Yeah.
but I think generally just really cheap stuff. Sometimes just because it's cheap doesn't mean the quality is bad. Sometimes the quality is okay too. But I mean, if you're paying, let's say $2, $2 Australian, you can't expect like a really high quality camo jacket. Yeah.
That's true. I mean, like, to me, I've always felt FOMO with Taobao because of the fact that I cannot read, nor can I write, nor can I type, or nor can I even converse in Chinese. Like, 我会讲一点一点, but that's like the extent of my Mandarin or Chinese.
Yeah.
And I've always felt FOMO. I'm like, damn it, because I cannot buy from Taobao, I have to go like H&M, which is like a Western branding of Taobao. It's like buying from Taobao and just rebranding it to H&M.
Fast fashion.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's like hiking the price, like, I don't know, like a few hundred, a few 1,000% increase, which is insane.
Even it's cheap relatively compared to other brands, but it's still quite expensive considering the cost.
True.
Yeah.
To me, I sort of like think of like H&M makes me think about Cotton On as well.
Yeah.
Because it's sort of like, I mean, to me, it's like buy and throw. It's like you buy, you wear, spoil, throw.
True, yeah.
Which is such a waste, man. It's not sustainable.
I think that's the thing. Like, oh my god, we're talking about materialistic. Why? Is it still materialistic-ish?
I mean, why not? Just anything about it.
I think it's how you define. As in, for me, when I think about like, for example, someone call me, oh, Kasey, you actually low-key materialistic. Then I would consider as in like, oh, like, does it mean I'm really into like luxury brands, you know, Gucci? But I don't really think of like, you know, fast fashion kind of stuff.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm gonna be completely honest.
Yeah.
I've seen the term materialistic being thrown around here and there,
I think
everywhere.
it's changing now.
But
like
I don't
how
understand
you
what it is.
define, yeah. But I feel like the original universal meaning is that materialistic means you're into luxury brand.
Right. Like
relatively high maintenance kind of
LV, Gucci.
Yeah.
What else? Louis Vuitton is LV.
Chanel.
Coach. Is Coach expensive? I don't know.
Jewelry, like even like Cartier, yeah.
What are your thoughts on like hypebeast brands, right? Like Supreme.
Yeah, it could be
Supreme.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, obviously it's materialistic, but it's another side. As in, it's not the traditional luxury brand, but it's still quite. You know, like you're gonna spend like $2,000 on a pair of shoes.
That's
yeah.
I cannot empathize. That's what I'm saying.
See, it's just how like your version and my version. I think it's just like we automatically be like whenever people say that we just like, oh no, it's not me. It's so one side, as in it's negative. No one be like, oh, actually it's positive. No, it's just like,
really, you think so? I mean, because I feel like I do have friends who are flexing that they have purchased a $2,000 shoe or purchased like $40,000 watch.
I feel like they wouldn't be proud of being called materialistic. I think people kind of do it unconsciously, but the term itself is not that.
Like there's a negative connotation to it.
Yeah, the
association.
Yeah.
Okay. Or maybe we're just overthinking this. Maybe people don't even think about the term materialistic. People don't even care. People just like, yeah, I have the money for it, so what are you going to do about it?
And I think nowadays people are more open to it. For example, like back in the time, you know, materialistic often linked to, for example, usually for women, like gold digger. Like, oh, like sugar daddy, you just have this guy to buy you stuff, to pay you money. So it's quite negative. But now, I think it's just the progress. Now we're more open, we're developing. We have OnlyFans. We encourage women, like, it's you know, probably kids there on TikTok talking about how to get a sugar daddy. So we're more open to it. So like it's low-key shifting, as in when people, you know, people used to be like, oh, nah, I'm not materialistic at all. I use tote bag and stuff, but or like now people are just like, yeah, I'm just high maintenance. Yeah. So I think the attitude towards the term is changing.
It's
somehow.
Shifting?
Yeah.
It's like being more progressive, would you say?
Yeah. Like people kind of accept that, yeah, I'm just materialistic. I just like LV. What can I do? Like, and people kind of like, yeah, cool. You know, it's your money. So I think people now changing.
And speaking of like sugar daddy as well, like I've tried Googling it because I don't really understand what he meant maybe like a few years ago, because he only started gaining traction over the past several years, right? Yeah. And he got really like mainstream or slightly more socially acceptable. Probably quite socially acceptable, I would say.
I wouldn't say it's just more people talk about it, but it doesn't mean people they come out and be like, oh, I'm a sugar baby.
Okay. So there's more awareness about it. There's more exposure.
There, but now it's like you know, how is that above the water? Like it's no longer like down there. Now it's
okay. It's being exposed.
Yes. Oh my
exposed.
God.
Got him. But yeah. So sugar daddy is essentially like a male. I mean, typically, I think. Yeah. Who pays a sugar baby? Yeah. A female. Yeah. A younger female, typically, right? Yeah. Money. Yeah. In exchange for sexual activities.
Not necessarily sexual, to be honest. It's
companionship?
Just like,
companionship?
Yeah.
Like what? Like what kind of companionship?
Like having dinner.
Oh, legit?
Yeah.
Dude, that sounds amazing.
It doesn't... Yeah, exactly. But at the same time, like, it sounds cool, but you have to think about it. Like, the guy, like, he's probably like your dad's age and like wouldn't be that physically attractive.
Why do you have to bring my dad into this, man?
I'm not necessarily. I'm not specifically like your dad, like anyone's dad. Fair,
but
it it wouldn't be that physically satisfying, I assume, you know. That's why, for me, there's the cost behind that. You're getting that Louis Vuitton bag, you have that, I don't know, Nobu dinner, but the cost is that you'd be like, oh, why would I do this with a guy who's
Right.
like not, you know. There's definitely a price.
Okay, that's fair enough. What's a Nobu dinner?
Oh, it's a fancy Japanese place at Crown, just say it.
It's in Melbourne?
Yes.
Like, okay, interesting.
Yeah, I never tried it, but I know it's quite famous, popular, I think.
Okay. Are you keen to try it?
No,
Okay.
I don't think it, nah.
What are your thoughts on like this kind of like high-end luxury / fine dining restaurants?
That's a good question. I feel like for me, I would be more open to it to try, but at the same time, it's a bit hard as in it's more like an experience. It's not something that you can keep. Like if you spend like, for example, like $2,000 on a handbag, then you can bring it home. You can take it out time to time. But for restaurant food, you eat it.
Yeah,
It's
it gets
gone.
processed into feces.
Yeah, it's just memory.
Experience, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a bit different. Like, but I feel like I would rather spend money on that rather than having a handbag.
Okay, so you would rather spend money on experience as compared to a materialistic possession.
Yeah, but it's just my personal preference.
Material
as in-
possession.
Yeah, it's still quite materialistic, to be honest. If you're telling people that, oh, I'm really high maintenance, you have to bring me to fancy restaurant like twice a week, then people will still label me as materialistic, even though it's not something that physically you can hold. Not an object, but it's still money that you have to spend on it. But I just personally, I like eating.
Yeah,
So
I mean, we love eating.
yeah, I would prefer like going to fancy restaurant than having a handbag.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you mentioned that you love eating, right? How's your eating out frequency? Because I think that's when we both are a bit different.
Yeah,
Like
true.
I have a very distinct preference to dine at home as compared to you, where you're more of a like you're more keen to explore different restaurants. Yeah.
I think I eat out probably like twice or 3 times a week.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
not too bad. Yeah. Yeah, eating out sometimes it's not like, oh, I feel like eating out. It's not like I schedule everything like I have to eat out once a week. It's more like friends, as in the different groups. So of course I'll have to do it separately.
Right. So it's not about just paying for the food. It's more like paying for the experience with your friends.
Yeah, I feel
That's
like
why you eat
eating out was never just the food. It was more like the experience. You sitting there talking to your friends, and you get to dress up. Usually, I guess for female audience, you kind of understand how you need like an occasion to dress up a bit. So just to make yourself feel good, and sometimes you'd be like, oh, I want to go do brunch with my girlfriends that I can take cute pictures. So it's not necessarily always the food. It's the person you're eating with and what you be doing. Like you be drinking. It's more like, oh, because I just had a heartbreak. I want to talk to my friends. So we're meeting here to drink and eat. Eating is such a social thing.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Eating is one of the most social activities out there.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, I just want to share this because it's ringing on my mind right now.
Yeah.
Which is that I think I do prefer dining in, especially cooking, is because of the fact that when you're cooking for someone or you're cooking together with someone, it's like you are creating sustenance. You're creating life. Because food technically gives you life, right? So I feel like the process of creating that is quite of a enjoyable one. And I really find it very satisfying and fulfilling. Like the fact that I have to cook for my own food. Of course, sometimes like I would say that, eating out has its own satisfaction where you just go, it's convenient and you get that experience. Oh shit. I use a dishwasher, so there you go.
Bad Asian.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna be honest, like I only started using the dishwasher for the first time this year. Insane, I know. Insane.
I don't really know how to use the dishwasher, to be honest. I'm the dishwasher, so.
Oh yeah, you are the dishwasher.
Of course, I am a dishwasher. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm still an Asian kid.
Yeah, and you absolutely hate dishes, yeah?
The fact that, so my parents are, oh, wait, I feel like I got distracted. Yes, materialistic.
No, it's fine. We do not need to confine ourselves within a singular topic.
Yeah.
It's like I said, this is
it's just kind of like when you walk your dog, you want to go straight line, but your dog just and then just like randomly doing circles, zigzagging.
Yeah.
But that's how the way we talk.
Legit.
Yeah.
So
just like
okay, so we are both like holding a leash to the dog, but the dog's just like running everywhere and we're just
Yeah,
like chasing
exactly.
the
Yeah.
dog. Who's the dog?
Literally for
None of us are. We are both the masters holding the master.
yeah, who's
Ooh.
the dog? Maybe I'm the
You're the
I'm
dog?
the husky maybe. Probably I'm the husky. Yeah.
Why is husky more like active? I don't know. I don't know dogs much.
Yeah, I think husky they're quite active and they just
Okay.
kind of known for trolling a lot, just
Yeah.
a bit dumb.
Okay. I feel like I might be crucified because I don't really know dogs much.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I can't really tell dogs between. I mean, I know like what golden retrievers,
Yeah, of course.
huskies.
They're kind of like classic. I don't know
Chihuahua.
how to explain. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
More
I mean,
like the common breed.
I'm just gonna put it out there. Chihuahuas are like the worst breed of dog. I'm sorry.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah.
They're the
The
crackhead
worst-
among dogs.
The worst dog breed. They are the crackhead?
They have they are oh my god, I just hurt myself.
Oh shit, you're right?
They are the crackhead among dogs and they have no self-awareness. Yeah, it's kind of like they're so insecure because they're so tiny and they have no idea how tiny they are and they just bark. Whatever they see, they bark.
Yeah, it's like really loud barks, right?
Yo, it's so aggressive.
You know why? Because they need to like compensate for their size.
Yeah, exactly.
They need to be like, oh, yo,
It's exactly like how,
human beings.
yes, I don't want to sound mean, but some guys, they have just, not too happy with their size, then they tend to vocalize like, oh, I have the best, yes, in the world.
Best what?
Yeah.
Organ in the world?
Yes, organ, yeah.
First of all, how would you know like what's your sample size? Who are you comparing with?
Like, yeah, exactly. Like, it's not like for guys, we talk about this as in like female, like girls. I hope it doesn't sound too bad. Sometimes I use female, but I know some women hate it. But for me, like, yeah.
Okay.
Like, girls as in you can kind of see through what they wear. Sometimes, for example, bikini, you can roughly see the size. If we're talking about boobs.
Oh,
but
okay.
For guys,
chest size, yep.
you can't really see it. They're always in the pants. So sometimes some guys, they be like, oh, I have really... Can I say that?
Yeah.
I have really big dick, or I had like... How would you know?
Wait, what? Like, who says that? Like, who goes
A
around
lot
like...
of guys say that.
To you?
Not to you, to everyone. I mean, of course...
Like, just randomly? It's like, hey, yo.
Not randomly, but guys
My
always
name's...
like... They always talk like, oh, I have the biggest dick in the world,
What?
What do you mean? Like, you don't have friends like that?
I mean, no guys say that to me. I mean, first of all, like, no guys say that to me.
True, yeah. I think they tend to say it to girls.
What? Legit?
Yeah.
That's insane, though.
Yeah, but I always feel like just, this size is not that, didn't really meet the expectation. That's why they try to compensate by saying it as in, like, ooh, I have the best skills,
Yeah.
They come within 5 seconds. I think it's more like they kind of low-key insecure and try to compensate by, like, just saying that.
And it's not a joke? It's not like...
No,
maybe it's
not
like a
joke. They talk about
hyperbole.
it. Yeah.
Okay, like legit not joke. Like actual stating a fact.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it's more like maybe they are low-key manifesting it to convince themselves
Positive
that,
affirmation.
Yeah, exactly.
I have the biggest dick in the world. I have the biggest dick.
I have a Peter, you have the biggest dick, like just talking, that self-talk.
Yeah, constantly measuring every night. It's like, oh, is it bigger now? Oh god, I have the biggest dick. I have the big.
It's actually sad, like, I'm not making fun of anyone, but just saying it's not attractive to women at all.
Wouldn't that be a common fact? I mean, like, in all honesty,
you don't know that.
From
It's
my
just
point
like
of view,
why guys they like sending random dick pics. Like, you really think women would just get turned on looking at random dick pics? And you know how the angle they be so weird? They be lying on the bed like, hey, just. I feel like sometimes it's so weird. Like, guys don't think from woman perspective. Like, I'm doing this, but is it attractive to her? They're just doing things. So it's kind of like the male gaze thing. Guys are doing things that guys think is attractive when they're trying to get attention from female.
Yeah. Okay. Some guys, yeah. I mean, that's really interesting to talk about because of the fact that I feel within my circle.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I can't say that within my circle no one does that. Because if someone does that, no one be like, yo, Aaron, I just sent my a picture of my organ to this female that I met on a dating website. Like, what the hell? Like, no one says that. But I wouldn't expect anyone within my circle to do it. I mean, maybe I'm just very, I'm just lacking the awareness, the social awareness around. But of course, there are definitely guys that do it. Like when I see it online, there are many females, unfortunately, who are being harassed by these unwanted pictures that they receive without even, getting their consent.
Yeah, exactly.
It's actually a violation.
It's like, oh, my eyes, holy water,
Yeah, like why would you want to see that? Ugh.
Yeah. That's why sometimes
It's not even good looking.
That's why it's such a new thing, but the male gaze and the female gaze, it really makes sense. Like, in order to attract your opposite gender, the opposite sex, like you should think from their perspective what they want, how to attract them, not from your perspective. You basically attracting men to this point. Things that you think is attractive, so it's attractive to other men as well. It's not for women, it's for other men. You get what I mean?
So they are accidentally gay.
Yeah. Not as in, it's not like that. But you get me. Sometimes there are things that men think that is hot, but it's not to women.
Okay, what's hot to women then?
It's just like, for example, like
what's hot to some women? Because we obviously can't generalize. Like when we speak, we can't be like, oh, all women like this, all men like this. For me, it's really shallow, but it really fits with the theme of the episode so far. So amazing.
Yeah, sure.
I like it. But what do women find hot? Or some women find hot?
Okay, like for example, like for men, it's always just like dick. Or like when they talk about women, just tits, ass. But there are a lot of women, they probably like, oh, I like good looking hands.
Okay.
Yeah, or like
is that like
or hair? Like women,
Mm.
they don't necessarily like just focus. It's not necessarily. Sometimes it's the emotion, the atmosphere that sex is not just sex.
Okay.
That's why like they can be they like pretty hands. That it could happen. I feel like it's generally quite a female gaze thing that men find so hard to understand.
Okay.
But at the same time, I mean, we have fit fetish.
Yeah, I mean, no judgment, no discrimination. Like, if that turns you on, then yeah, for sure, go for it. I mean, as long as it's legal.
Okay, I'm just saying, I have no idea what I'm talking about. I feel like now there's no direction for me. My basically the way I talk is just
yeah. I don't know where we're going with this. To be honest with you, like
I'm so sorry.
I know, no. I was planning to talk about like LV and Gucci, and right now we're talking about like dick pics, and we're talking about like fetish. I don't know where we're going with this. To be honest.
Yes. So about materialistic, I think it's generally like it's more. It would apply. I would say it's more for women somehow, or maybe I'm biased as in because me myself I'm a woman, so I tend to receive that or I hear that more often. That is on women, but it could happen to guys as well. Like high beats, Jordan. Materialistic, but people often use it on women to describe that. Like basically, it's often linked
from mainstream
together.
media, maybe.
Yeah, materialistic, gold digger.
Well, but if you really want to think about it, there are heaps of males that I know or I've seen online that are obsessed with like hype beast products, right? I don't know, name some.
I think people kind of overlook it or like
Virgil Abloh. What's that thing? Off-white?
Yeah, Off-white, yeah.
Off-white. It's like I know them, but I don't know them.
Okay, you're not materialistic. You can't even name a brand.
No, I mean I clearly can name some brands like Stasi, Supreme.
It's not even that expensive.
Then what's an expensive hypebeast brand?
See, it's different for everyone.
Is the babe, the lost ape babe thing?
It's different for everyone. Let's say for Stasi. Do you call it Stasi or Stussy? I don't know.
Oh shit, I have no idea. I'll probably call it Stasi.
Like the price,
but it's not expensive, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, no, it's relatively not expensive compared to all these other brands.
Yeah, not that expensive. But let's say it depends on your finances, well, like how to some people it's just like buying a t-shirt from Cotton On, but some people go, oh my god, that's so materialistic, such an expensive t-shirt. So materialistic really just fluctuates sometimes.
Okay, and what's your criteria when you buy things? Like for example, because we are talking about materialistic and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like me, okay, I'm just gonna put a disclaimer, not disclaimer, just like confession. I get most of my things from Uniqlo.
Yes.
Because of the fact that quality is good, price is somewhat reasonable.
Yeah, decent,
some things are a bit too high, some things. But in general, somewhat decent for the quality that you get, for how minimalistic the products look.
Yeah.
As well as just how they actually last for quite some time.
Yeah.
Like I wear the same t-shirt over and over again for years.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
And I just really like that because of the fact that it's just I can match it however I want. I really hate logos, to tell you the truth.
Oh yeah, true.
Man, I hate brands. I hate like if let's say there's like a Uniqlo brand in the middle of it, like Uniqlo, welcome to Uniqlo, and like this is the worst.
I think that's why Uniqlo is quite successful in sense of its marketing. It doesn't have a logo on most of their products, but you can just tell it's Uniqlo. It's just like how
It's the
when I
vibe. It's the
like
vibe.
your shirt, or sometimes I just show it in this pants and people be like, oh, I have that pantsuit, it's from Uniqlo. Like
Yeah.
people who wear Uniqlo, they kind of I see you.
Yeah, it's like a cult.
So it's kind of like you kind of have that community kind of feeling, sense of belonging.
Oh, yeah.
There's like a certain type, like,
No, I agree,
he's
yeah.
the type of guy who would wear Doc Martens. He's the type of guy who would wear Uniqlo. Like, so we kind of have that picture, and then we just link to like, oh, that type of people, they tend to have like that kind of personality.
Yeah, I remember I saw your ripped jeans as well the other day.
Yeah.
Not the other day, probably like 2 weeks, one
Yeah,
fortnight
yeah,
ago.
yeah.
And I was like, Uniqlo? And you're like, what the hell? How do you know?
I know the way you explained to me. Yeah.
Yeah, because of the ripped jeans, the
Yeah.
way it was ripped
Yeah, exactly. yeah.
reminds me of Uniqlo. And I can't explain how or
But
why.
it kind of
Is it that, or is that Uniqlo rip vibe?
But you get me, like, you kind of have that sense of belonging and that community kind of feeling. Like, people who wear Uniqlo, they could tell when they see other people wearing Uniqlo.
Agree.
So, yeah. But at the
Yeah.
same time, like, when it comes to luxury brands, it's all about logo.
Okay.
You realize that? Like, for example, I'm not sure about clothes, but handbag is always that big or, like, that logo patterns. So that's why I feel like Uniqlo is actually quite interesting.
Okay.
Like, you can tell the style, but no logo at all.
Yeah, for the most part, I think.
Yeah, except
Wait.
maybe their tote bag.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I honestly have no idea where we're going with this because I'm not very familiar with the whole products and stuff.
Yeah.
Like retails. I don't even know what to call this.
Yeah.
But to me, like clothes is just clothes. Of course, I want to look presentable. Of course, I want to wear something that sort of like resonates with my vibe or my personality. Actually, personality is a really bad word. It's just something that I want to represent me.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I wear this shirt or I wear this t-shirt because of the fact that I feel
that it matches your vibe. Yeah.
yeah, that it's able to express how I feel. It's able to express like, oh, this is my presence. This is how I want to be perceived.
Yeah, yeah.
And at the same time, it makes me think, like, what if people who purchase these things, like the luxury brands and all that,
That's how they want people to see
that's
them.
how they want to be perceived.
Expensive.
With expensive taste. Consumerism.
Yeah.
We're all victims of
That's
consumerism.
why it's like the supply and demand. If it's so accessible, then there's no point.
What?
As in, like, if the brand, as in the product, as in, for example, that handbag, if it's so accessible, so cheap, then no one wants it.
Yeah.
You
You
want to be unique.
you basically create demand through limited supply.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is basic economics, right?
Yeah.
And that's everything that's happening right
But
now.
I feel like it works when it comes to luxury brand. It really show it.
What show?
Like the whole supply demand thing. Like you wouldn't think about when you buy Uniqlo because no one cares. People buy Uniqlo because they just like the shirt. They just get it. But like how many times people getting that handbag, you know, the same design. If it's from Uniqlo, people wouldn't pay that much to get it. People wouldn't line up to get it.
Yeah.
But because it's from Chanel, people be lining up like, you know, outside the shopping mall overnight just to get that handbag, the limited edition. That's why it's always limited edition.
Although I must like backtrack a little bit and link it back to Uniqlo. Because I know Uniqlo has a lot of
They
collaborations.
do, yes, they do.
And I've actually seen people lining up to get
Yes,
those.
yes.
Like, can you name some? I don't know. No, there was one with like the Mickey Mouse.
I actually don't know.
Shit. It's like a very big brand, like a Mickey Mouse. It's like a play on Mickey Mouse.
I know
great.
just some useless fat as a fangirl.
Yeah.
Former. They
Yep.
used to do way long ago. I'm not sure if it's Australia. I don't think there was Uniqlo in Australia back in that time. I think 2000 probably 10 or 12. They did collaboration with Big Bang.
Big
Korean
Bang.
band. Yes.
I
So it was
Lollipop.
Really yeah, oh my god. It was really popular, but then it was so hard to get one. So it's kind of like it's
Damn.
not necessarily not necessarily luxury brand,
Yeah.
but just the collaboration
Yeah,
with
the
the
collab.
brand. So yeah,
It's hype.
yeah,
I normally just get their signature or like their staple style.
yeah.
Or
Just
no
the
style.
cheapest t-shirt, the cheapest t-shirt.
Whatever's on sale. Doesn't
I'm a
matter.
cheap person, yes,
Can relate though. Can relate.
yeah. I don't think I will spend that much on clothes unless it's something that I really like, and then I'd be like, oh, but it happens to be so expensive that I would pay. It's not like, yeah.
That's fair. With clothes as well, I definitely have a limit to how much I'll spend.
Yeah.
It's not like a numerical limit that I'll put, but it's sort of like subjective, right? You see, like, oh, this is nice, but how much would I pay for it? In the end of the day, I feel like, you know, there's a limit to many things. I wouldn't be like, oh, whatever price, I'll just pay for it.
Yeah.
I'm not that kind. Like I wouldn't be so tempted to see like maybe there's this perfect design that I absolutely love, perfect color and
Yeah.
everything. But if the price range is above what I'm willing to pay, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah. I think I would do it.
You would do it?
Yeah. I think it's more like now I'm like I used to shop on Taobao, like really cheap clothes that you can only wear for once or twice, then you have to throw it away. There's hole on it.
Then that's
But I
not
think-
sustainable, yeah?
Yeah, it's not sustainable, and now I'm a bit older that I'm more like I'm happy to spend more money on clothes that I can wear for a bit longer. And sometimes I think it's to a point that I accidentally come across clothes that are more expensive. Let's say a dress that I will like from Reformation, like one of the brand, I think from US, like it's like $400 or $300
Dollars?
like a dress, yeah.
Gee.
But at the same time, like it's kind of like, oh, you can get, they're the original brand. So any similar product you get is
gee.
not the original. So it's hard when
Okay.
you know the original is there. You rather like pay a bit more and get that than like settle for less. Like you can get the similar stuff from General Pants or Guru, but you know the original.
Okay.
So you get what I mean?
I guess so. Because for me, like when it comes to purchasing anything at all,
Yeah.
it always has to be justified.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the way I work. Maybe it's just how I've been trained to perceive money or manage money
Yeah.
from my Asian family, right? Legit, like everything has to be justified. Like, say I go out and spend money on food that I don't care about. Right now, something new that I've been trying to train myself to accept or practice is the fact that when you're eating out, it's not about paying just for the food itself, but you're paying for the
Yeah.
experience
Yeah,
with the person that you're
exactly.
spending
Yeah.
the time with.
Yeah.
And that took me a while. I'm not gonna lie, because I hate eating out. I'm just gonna be completely honest. Okay, maybe I don't hate it now. I dislike it. I prefer to eat at home, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah.
But I can really see the benefits or sort of like the attraction of it. That it brings me a different experience that eating at home cannot bring me.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for listening. Why every time we are closing a podcast, police is coming? Are we being arrested?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Anyhow, yeah, I guess this is tradition, as is tradition. Police and ending the podcast. But
They're
yeah.
gonna deport us.
Oh shit. All right, guys. See you.
We're gonna run now.
Bye.
Bye. Shoot.